we have had nothing but surprise trades over the last week. Bush to the Cubs, Ray to the San Francisco Giants, Chris Sale to the Atlanta Braves. Nobody saw those coming. Not the beat reporters that were telling us all the trade pieces and rumors and news and who was out there, who wasn't. Nobody saw those trades coming. In this blockbuster video, I have two surprises for you, and I'm going to outline in detail as to why I think this could happen. We're going to talk about news that is already out there. One of these trades, the Emmanuel Clase to the Dodgers trade, I think everybody can hypothesize and come to the conclusion of themselves. But the other two, I know I'm going to need to work on it with you, but stay with me. And maybe on the other side of my logic, you might think, maybe. So we're going to get into this one. Make sure to hit that like. We have our 100 premiere like goal. Those of you watching the live premiere, help us get to that goal. If you're watching on your own time, maybe you missed the premiere, but you still enjoyed the video, want to support the video and the content in the channel, hit that like and comment down below. What is your trade for these three players? Let's start with Ha-Seong Kim. Ha-Seong Kim, it is out there. Came up in a Padres mailbag from Dennis Lin. Ha-Seong Kim's trade outlook, potential extension, cost, and more. Here was a question he got from Lucas F. As popular, as unpopular as it would be with Padres fans, is trading Ha-Seong Kim the best shot we have to fill all of the holes that remain on the roster? Dennis Lin answered, "It seems that way. Among the team's trade candidates, Kim is the one who has drawn the most interest this offseason, and it's been widespread interest. He's 9 months away from free agency, and the Padres appear unlikely to pony up the money it would take to extend him. So, insert Ha-Seong Kim into the trade rumor wins." Now, we're going to build a trade here. We're going to do it with the Toronto Blue Jays because the Toronto Blue Jays have been a team that prioritized defense, and what he can do with the bat and his approach at the plate would be greatly beneficial to the Toronto Blue Jays. And I would argue the Blue Jays might be able to get Kim and a lefty bat. But let's stay focused on Kim for now. We're going to use baseball trade values to try to get us to a equal trade here. $17.9 million is the value on baseball trade values. So here's my trade. Kim to the Blue Jays for Davis Schneider, Brandon Barriera, the number 4 prospect in the organization right now, and Otto Lopez, the number 4 prospect in the organization last year. So you're getting 3 pieces for Ha-Seong Kim, who's probably going to be gone in 9 months. Schneider and Lopez are there now. Barriera inserts down the road. Let's run this through baseball trade values, and you can see that as far as their machine goes, this is a damn near perfect trade. 17.9 in value going to the Blue Jays with Kim. 17.8 million in value going to the Padres with Schneider, Barriera, and Lopez. And again, how Kim fits in, defense is part of the approach here. That's why Kevin Kiermaier's back. That's why they traded for Dalton Varsho. That's why Santiago Espinal has a key role on this team. They got to figure out third base. As you can see, there's a handful of players there. But Ha-Seong Kim at second base works. And what he does with the bat. Now, does he hit the ball hard? The barrel rate, the hard hit rate, the exit velo, not there. However, everything else that he does, fielding, base running, his plate approach, you see that 86th percentile walk rate, not chasing out of the zone, not swinging and missing. He still can find the sweet spot. This would be a great addition for the Toronto Blue Jays. And now San Diego Padre fans, you're probably saying, no, stop. I don't want to hear about it anymore. Sure, you're selling the Blue Jays on trading Davis Schneider, which I know Blue Jay fans, you might not want to do. I understand that. But we have to make some tough decisions here. Ha-Seong Kim would be a great upgrade. Padres, how does it fit in on your side of things? Let's take a look at it. Davis Schneider is your second baseman, starting second baseman on opening day. Brandon Barriera is probably your number 6 or number 7 prospect in the organization. And Otto Lopez plays all over the field. He's fast. You can put him at third. You can put him at short. You can put him at second. You can slide him into the outfield. He could be one of your first bats off the bench. Otto Lopez, Davis Schneider, Brandon Barriera fills holes that the Padres have. Jays fans, Padres fans, comment down below. What's your trade? Feel free to tweak it. Seems like for the Padres to get better, they had to trade Soto. They may have to trade Ha-Seong Kim as well. Let's move on to Sandy Alcantara. And this is the one I know you're going to need some work on. So let me get you there. Here's my philosophy, and I'll tell you why and how I get to the Atlanta Braves in a minute. Because I know it's a divisional foe, and here on the channel, I'm constantly shooting those trades down. But I'm going to tell you why I get to Atlanta as well. So here we are. Sandy Alcantara is going to miss the entire season coming up. And I would argue that the Marlins' window to compete is small. I don't think this Marlins attempt to make the playoffs, this competitive window, is going to last more than a couple of seasons. Kim Ng did the deal for Sandy Alcantara, not the current front office leadership. That's another element here. So he's out for the entire 2024 season. And we take a look at his money. Now, 2024, it was supposed to be a bargain year, $9 million. And then it goes up to 17, and then there's a club option for 21, which is still a great deal. That is a fantastic deal for a starting pitcher pretty much anywhere. But on Miami's side of things, with the money situation and we're going to talk about in a minute, the Bally and the RSN situation, it maybe is not as desirable of a contract. And when Kim Ng did this deal, I mean, there was talk about all this Bally and RSN stuff, but now it's hitting. This new front office, this new GM, now it's hitting him. We take a look at the RSN situation from Alden Gonzalez about a month and a half ago, talking about how the Miami Marlins are one of the teams that are in Diamond's portfolio. That's Bally Sports. They are going under. They are losing deals with teams. It's falling apart. Miami is one of those teams. And Miami, as it is, kind of operates on a shoestring budget. You're going to take money out of their pocket, it's going to get even worse. Now, there is talk that maybe Amazon is going to come in and save the day for some of these diamond deals, but we don't know that. So for those reasons, I start to come around to, look, yeah, it's a great contract, but is it great for Miami in this financial situation with the RSN? You have a new GM, a new front office leadership group, didn't give them that deal, and you've got a window for competition, a window to compete. It's a tough division in the National League East. It's tough as it is. We're still thinking that Miami's probably fourth place, and that's behind the Mets. And how many people want to pile on the Mets having a bad season in 2024? I still think we can all probably agree the Mets will finish ahead of Miami. I'm not meaning to drag Miami Marlins youth through the mud here. You've probably already left an angry comment and checked out anyway. But this is where we're at, and this is why Sandy's name, in my mind, should be thought of. So that's why Sandy, number one. I hope I brought you a little bit closer to my side of the line here. The team that can trade for Sandy Alcantara has to be perfectly okay with the fact that he's not going to pitch in 2024. That $9 million is a drop in the, not necessarily a drop in the bucket, but it's not going to hurt them. It's not going to prevent them from making other deals. And his absence from the rotation is not going to hurt them. But starting in 2025, maybe they have one or two spots in that rotation that now are available. Do you see how I get to Atlanta here? Even though it's a divisional foe, they are one of the teams that are a match here. And now there are those of you that maybe you're already commenting, and that's fine. We'll get to this. We'll talk about the fact that it's not necessarily the worst time to trade Sandy Alcantara. It may be the necessary time, because timing is everything. I don't think it's actually the worst time to trade Sandy. We'll talk about that when we talk about the trade package in a minute. So here we go. Atlanta, again, they're the team. Look at this rotation. Strider, Fried, Morton, Sale, Elder, they're fine without Sandy Alcantara in 2024. Okay, no problem. But in 2025, when Fried and Morton are gone, yeah, you need somebody. Because you lose those two, you insert Sandy, you go Spencer, you go Sandy, then you have Sale, Elder, and AJ Smith-Shawver. Good things happening there. So let's use baseball trade values. Now, negative 7.9 is the value that they have assigned Sandy Alcantara, and I could not disagree with that more. I hate that negative 7.9. They are taking his performance in 2023, which was subpar, and they're taking his dollar amount and putting it against him and giving him a negative value. Could not disagree more with this one. Look, $9 million in 2024. Okay. The $17 million that you would be paying him in 2025, the $17 in 2026, and even the $21 million in 2027 will look like a bargain when you compare it to other pitchers that can pitch to his ability. It will look like a steal. You'll be paying him half of what you'll be paying other players who are starters and free agents entering the market. So this negative 7.9 thing from baseball trade values is a complete miscalculation. So with this one, we're going to have to go on gut. So here's my trade. The Braves get Sandy Alcantara. No money situation. We're not throwing Avisel Garcia's contract on there. It would be too much. I did consider that, but it would be too much. The Marlins get Marcell Ozuna and $10 million from the Atlanta Braves. Marcell Ozuna is going to make 16. You're going to send 10 with Marcell Ozuna because, look, part of this is a financial situation for the Miami Marlins. We cannot be sending Marcell Ozuna's full contract, so you're going to have to send money along with it. You're also going to send your number 3 prospect, Spencer Schwellenbach. You're going to send Darius Vines. You're going to send Dylan Dodd. You're going to send 3 pitching prospects and Marcell Ozuna to the Miami Marlins. 3 pitching prospects. Now, there may be some Braves fans that are hyped for Spencer Schwellenbach. Looking at his numbers last year, I would understand why. But let's see him advance some more levels here. I think this trade is pretty fair. Baseball trade values, again, it's hard to do this because I disagree with Sandy's value. Sandy was at negative 7.9. This value with Ozuna, the cash, Schwellenbach, Dodd, and Vines is an $11.8 million value. If you took the cash out, it would be a $21 million value. I think Sandy Alcantara is worth a very nice positive number here. I think they messed it up. That 2025 rotation now. Strider, Alcantara, Elder, Sale, AJ Smith-Shawver. It looks good. It looks good. Miami side of things. What you're getting that's going to help you right now. Marcell Ozuna is your designated hitter. You have Spencer is going to be your number 2, number 3 at worst prospect in the organization. You're going to have Vines. He's going to be your number 6, number 7 prospect. You're going to get 2 top 10 prospects out of this. And Dodd, you can add him into the mix for a rotation spot right now. Or he's a long reliever for you. But you get 2 players that are going to help you in 2024 as opposed to Sandy Alcantara is going to do nothing. And without Sandy Alcantara, they already have a rotation that might be able to compete. So I think you need the bats. Let's go do it. There's my trade. Maybe I brought you along with me, and now you're closer to my side of the line. Maybe not. Tweak it. Tweak it. Let's move on to the Dodgers. Emmanuel Clase. Dodgers just traded Michael Busch out. Kind of messed up my trade that I had put together here because I did have Michael Busch in a trade. But let's talk about this. The Dodgers have been rumored with Josh Hader. There are new rumors that are popping up around Kenley Jansen. But I think the way to go is Emmanuel Clase. And when you get Emmanuel Clase, you get control. You get the 2024 season at $2.5 million. Wow. You get the 2025 season at $4.5 million. You get pretty much all of the prime years at a very team-friendly contract. Let's pull the trade together. Because of that contract, because of how good he is, he's going to cost a lot. $51 million is the value on baseball trade values. I don't love that. I feel like that's high, but I've already used my card to go completely against baseball trade values. I can't do it again. We have to at least get close for Emmanuel Clase. What's the trade? Again, it's just Clase. We are not going to be adding any pieces that Cleveland may want to dump for salary purposes because they're another Bally team. Just Clase. We're going to go Vargas instead of Busch. That's who I had in here, but Busch is now a Cub. Vargas, Stone, Knack, and Hubeck. 3 pitching prospects and Miguel Vargas. Miguel Vargas was the number 5 prospect in the organization last year. He is not ranked in the top 25 anymore. He has expired the service time to still be a prospect. Stone is number 5. Knack is number 9. Hubeck is number 25. For Emmanuel Clase, maybe one of the best closers in the game, you're giving up 3 pitchers that I don't know. Are they bullpen pieces at best over the next couple of years? And instead, you get Emmanuel Clase, maybe one of the best closers in the game. Give yourself an unstoppable bullpen. You're building a super rotation. You're building a super lineup. How about a super bullpen? But it's going to cost you. Let's run it through the baseball trade values machine. And again, we don't reach that Emmanuel Clase number. It was 51.4, but we can get close at 43.8. And we get Clase closing the door for the Dodgers, and we get a ton of pieces to Cleveland, which they like. A lot of control, a lot of years still to burn through before you have to actually pay these guys. So we know how this fits for the Dodgers. You get your closer. How about Cleveland's side of things? Cleveland, you get your first baseman with Miguel Vargas. Now, maybe Vargas needs to be your third baseman. We do have maybe something looming with J-Ram and his arm strength, but Vargas is your first baseman. Then you have 2 top 10 prospects that are inserted into your rotation. We're talking about 2 guys here where we've got Stone is your number 3, number 4 prospect at worst. And then you got Knack somewhere between that 7 and 9 spot. And both of them could help you in 2024. And then you have the number 20, number 25 prospect in Hubeck. So you have a good package here, 3 pitching prospects going to Cleveland along with Vargas. We got to send them a bat that can help them right now. And again, I bring up the J-Ram thing. Maybe Vargas plays third because there is an arm strength issue with Jose Ramirez that is only going to exacerbate as he gets older. He's in his early 30s. Arms don't usually get stronger the farther you get into your 30s. At some point, do we need to have a conversation about moving J-Ram to first? We don't need to do that now because we're not trading Michael Busch. Michael Busch is a Cub. Again, if you're wondering what I'm talking about, you have to go back like 2 minutes. But you could have him, maybe there's an opportunity for some flexibility there with Vargas because Vargas could play first or third. And in the end of the day, you get Clase to be your closer, shutting the door for the Dodgers. 3 blockbusters. Couple surprises in there. But I hope you follow my logic and you can understand how we got to that point for Sandy. There's the news, there's the rumors about Ha-Seong Kim. Toronto's a great fit. And then closing the door for the Dodgers, Clase would be fantastic. Guys, if you have not yet, if you're still here, the video is winding down. Make sure to hit that like on the way out. We have the premier like goal. Would love to get to that number, maybe surpass that number so we can get to the overall number or at least get close to the overall number. And comment below. I don't think I have to push that too hard. I'm sure there are plenty of comments at this point on people that don't like the trades. I get it. It's part of the territory. We're throwing ideas out there. This isn't a brainstorming meeting where there are no bad ideas in brainstorming. I get it. But comment below. Let me know. How would you want to tweak any of these? That's it. 3 blockbusters. Let me know what you think. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't and hit that like on the way out. Ballcap Nation, I salute you. Thank you guys for coming in. As always, if it's low, let it go. And if it's high, let it fly.